Hello and welcome back to River Mountain Homestead. It is Monday. It is time to get back to work. The get together is over with this weekend and we had a lot of fun. We met a lot of neat people. We met a lot of new people and we actually ended up winning something else. And I think we didn't even cover anything on the auction, but they had an auction right at the end of the gathering. And my wife liked the bench quite a bit, and we brought this little bench home here. And I just want to give a big shout out to Hood's Custom Shop. I'll leave a link to him down in the description. He's actually got videos of making this bench, so it was really neat for us to be able to go back and see everything that he had invested in it, all the way down to claiming the lumber from tornado cleanup back in 2019. So it was a really neat story all the way through to where it's at. Unfortunately, at the moment, she's being stored in our lean-to back here off the back side of the shed, because as I'm getting started today, we're going to start setting some posts up here on the shop so that we'll have a place to live, because we're tired of this travel trailer. For those that don't know, we moved back from Alaska about a year ago, and we are starting with raw land here. We've been on this piece of land for about a year. We've been living in our travel trailer. We started building the house last year. We've got the footer and foundation done, septic's in, power, water, all that. But price of lumber shot through the roof toward the end of last year, and we put the house on hold, and we just kind of been in limbo, waiting and waiting and waiting. And we just got to the point now where we really don't want to go all the way through another summer in a travel trailer. For anybody that spent any extended time in a travel trailer, they are not meant to be lived in. A lot of folks do, but they're not meant to be lived in. They're too thin. The insulation factors for the weather back and forth, winter and summer, it doesn't work out. So we are building my pole barn shop / house at the moment. I'm going to start setting some posts on that today. I got my rafters in last week. They're sitting over there under a tarp ready to go. So I've got to hurry up and get a spot to store this bench because I can't leave it outside. I do have it up on blocks. It is not sitting on the ground, and she is protected until we can get her under some protection. Even though it's got a nice little story with somebody sitting in it right before all the poly was dry on it, but adds to it. It's all right. It is what it is. So with that being said, it is time to start setting some posts. All right, one down, 15 to go. Looks simple, right? Does the sweat line say it was simple? Whew. I'm not ready for this weather. I am not ready. Bring my winter back, please. Well, that's 2 corners down. They are on the money where they need to be. They are plumb and level as they can be. I put 1 bag of concrete on each one. I've got one more corner over here that's still in the shade, and we'll move to it next, and then we'll suffer through the one in the sun. And then once I get all 4 corners up, then I just got to do 3 posts in between each corner. Most of these are somewhat dug. They filled back in and this and that and whatever, but most of them somewhat are dug. Some of them I'm still having to beat through some rock. I'm trying my best to get a depth of 2 foot Minimum 18-inch if I'm on solid rock. It's warm though, it's definitely warm. And that's post number 3. A little bit more rock to contend with on that one, but it's done. 3 down, 13 to go, but it is time for lunch and a dry wardrobe because I am drenched. It is hot, it is humid, and the sun's not even out. Next one. Alright, so I did a little wardrobe change and ate some lunch, and it just got even hotter, and it's just hard for me to get back moving again. I got distracted and I got up here in the garden, and before I knew it I was pruning on tomatoes and checking this and checking that, and yeah, and then I got to thinking. I'm still hoarding my garden tour from Friday, so I'm going to sneak that in on you guys real quick right here. I have been waiting for this rain to stop so I can get my Friday garden tour in, but I just do not believe it's going to stop. How are you, Miss Lucy? This is where the chickens hang out during the rain. Now they just stay on the dog's front porch. Miss Eve and Miss B's over there at their old dog house, just kind of snoozing and hanging out in the rain there. You having fun, Miss Eve? Seems like a good day for a nap. Not a bad idea. Poor old garden is in need of some weeding, but I can't. It's just been wet all week long. I did get my cucumber trellis up, and these should fall in nicely with everything else. Let's start over here on the tomatoes. I'm pretty sure last week I was talking about how they had just reached the second ring on this cage, and now majority of these tomatoes are all out of the third ring on these cages here. These guys are just out of control, and there's quite a few tomatoes in here. Just doing great. Seen some more hanging right in here. They're everywhere. They're fixing to be everywhere. But the tomatoes are just living their best life and doing great. I came through about 2 or 3 days ago when I hung this cucumber trellis up and did a little bit of trimming, and it's every couple of day ordeal. I've got a couple of plants down here that aren't doing as well, but they are definitely coming along. All of these that I had a little bit of issue with have basically self-corrected themselves. So yeah, all these tomatoes are just doing fantastic. Lettuce and the carrots are doing wonderful. I got a couple of stray lettuces over here that managed to jump out of their little bed, but that's all right. There are some onions and stuff scattered over here beside the lettuce that's starting to come in, and there is a few garlic living out over here. And these strawberries are just loaded down everywhere. Got some runners on them, and apparently some fire ants now also. We will have to take care of those guys. Well, these sunflowers too are just out of control. They're doing great. See some down on that other end there. They're standing on up pretty nice and tall. These 2 rows here are squash, and if you've ever been around squash long, you know it ain't going to be long and we're going to have some squash. Some of these guys are doing really great. Nice. Came along really fast. And then all these peppers here on the left. This is a mix of banana pepper, bell pepper, and jalapeno pepper. They may crossbreed. That's all right. Not a big concern for me anyway. But I've definitely got to get some weeding done as soon as we dry out a little bit. What we got going on in here? And there is some lavender hiding over here in the corner too. But these sunflowers getting out of hand fast. Some gourds over here that are starting out. These guys will just get out of control once it gets really warm. And then the loofah gourds over here are doing really well. And then the cucumbers. They are really coming along. I replanted a bunch on the bare spots and they're doing well already. All these bare spots are coming up. Right there. So the cucumbers will catch up. They enjoy the hot weather, so just want this rain to go away. Tired of it. It's been a week's worth of it. Bush beans with lots of weeds. Quite a few sunflowers on this far end right here before we get into the pole beans. And all these pole beans down here are just cruising. We got runners going everywhere. They are just climbing and taking over. And it won't be long before the beans spring up. Some of those over there on that side have done reached all the way to the top with their so yeah, beans are cruising right along. I replanted all that corn 4 or 5 days ago. And these poor pole beans here were supposed to be climbing on the corn. And yeah, so we're waiting the corn out. Not sure what happened on that last batch. And then the stevia that we planted in here are doing rather well. So yeah, just a quick little garden tour. Everything is doing well. No major setbacks other than that corn not coming up. And the rain. The rain. So yeah, that's what is that, week 4, I think? Oh yeah. Is that what you've been needing? Are you a mess, Miss Eve? Was that not enough? How's that? You good now, you dirty dog? You know you're all muddy and wet. You don't care, do you? Such a sweetheart. And the changes that we've already had from what it was just a few days ago already, it's unreal. I went and snatched this little strawberry y'all may have seen on Facebook today. I have not ate it yet. I'm thinking about it because she was blaming me for eating our first strawberry, but technically she ate the first strawberry. This is the second, so I feel like this one should be mine, right? Just a sample. I don't know. We got 3 posts in the ground. I wish there was a whole bunch more. I'm just trying to find my motivation to get moving again. It's just so hot and sticky out here and nasty. And with a chance of rain, I'm hoping to get this 4th corner up is what I'm hoping to do. Now then, that's 4. But the sad part is I am so exhausted. That's my last one for the day. It's almost 3 o'clock, I guess. Maybe a little after. But I got the 4 corners set, right? That makes it a lot easier. There will be 3 in between on each wall. They're on 8-foot centers, 32 by 32. So 12 more. Those 3 holes up there are pretty much dug out, ready to go. Those will be easy. So I'll probably start with those. And then these others were somewhat dug out. There's a couple on this side that's in a pretty bad, nasty rock seam that I'll have to fight for a while. But depending on the weather for the next few days, we'll see if I have to sit in the house and rest or continue on with these. Hopefully I can get some continuation. I'm sure hoping for better than 4 a day, but hey, that's 25% of the way, right? It is what it is. It's just this heat, I can't take it. I can't take it. It's about 35 degrees too hot for me to do anything. And it's only 85. But y'all know I can't stand this heat, so hope you enjoyed the little garden tour. Apologize for it being late. And again, big thanks on the bench. That's wonderful, wonderful addition to our furniture, and I am working diligently on getting it inside where I can get it covered. It will not be a garden bench. It will be more than likely an entranceway bench. But with that, guys, I think that's all I've got for today. Hopefully continuation tomorrow. So we will catch you guys on the next one.